class of social science. In today's class, let us discuss about history chapter, social and religious reform movements. Okay, why social and religious reform movement started in India and what are the developments our society faced after these movements in detail under this chapter. Okay, first you have to know that why socio-religious reformation movement started in our country. Dear student, social reform is an attempt, okay, it is an attempt to reform a society. What is meant by social reform? Social reform is an attempt to reform our society, okay, to modify or to reform our society which practices or that practices discrimination among its members. Okay, here the society practiced discrimination among its members, okay, to reform that, the attempt which was done by the reformers, that is called as social reform. Okay, reformation strives to bring back such a society into the fold human values. Okay, reformation, its main intention is to bring the society or to bring back the society into the fold of human values. Everyone should be considered as human beings. No one should be accepted by the right to equality in matter of caste, gender, okay, occupation, skin color. Everyone should be considered as one and same, right? That was the main goal or motto of Reformation movement. Understood? And the basic aim of Reformation movement is to declare the value of individuals' self-respect. Okay? The basic aim of social reformation movement is to declare the value of individual self-respect. Declare the value of the individual's self-respect. Okay, that is the main goal or aim of Reformation movement. In India, the century 19th or the 19th century is considered as the Reformation and New Awakening time in the history of our country. Okay, 19th century in Indian history, that was considered as the century of Reformation and New Awakening time. Century of Reformation and New Awakening time. Okay, that is the most important one you have to remember. Which century in Indian history is considered as century of Reformation and New Awakening time? That is 19th century. Many social religious reformation movement took place in our society to reform our society and to bring back our society into the fold of human values. Right? Then with the implementation of English education, a new class of educated Indians was created during 19th century. British brought new education system to our country, that is English education, with the implementation of English education, what happened in our country? The change which our country or which our society faced during 19th century is a new class of educated Indians was created. Okay, and many European concepts like democracy, nationalism, equality started finding roots in their own society. Okay, because of English education, the concepts like democracy, okay, the concepts like democracy, nationalism, equality started to analyzing or finding roots in our Indian society. Started to finding roots in Indian society. Okay, the Indians who got Western education or English education, they started to find out the roots of the concept democracy, nationalism, equality in our Indian society. Okay, that was the major impact of the English education over Indians. Okay, that is the most important point. Next, the British too expressed their interest in reforming the society, right? For that reason, they put forth the theory of white man's burden. White man's burden theory introduced by British in India. What is meant by white man's burden here? White man means British. Okay, white man means British. What is their burden here? They believed that it is their duty to civilize Indian as a civilized class of people. That is called as white man's burden. They thought that it is our duty, we are ruling India, so it is our duty to civilize Indian as a civilized class of people. Okay, civilize Indian as a civilized class of people. They thought this is their duty. Okay, that is called as white man's burden. Okay, they got the responsibility of civilize the Indians as a civilized class of people. That they thought that is the burden for them. Right? Next, the British made an attempt. The British made an attempt to protect their political and economic interests under the guise of this theory. Okay, under the guise of the white man's burden theory, they also attempted to protect their political interest and economic interest in India. Okay, while taking the civilization of Indians as a civilized class of people, they didn't neglect their political interest and economic interest in India. They equally concentrated that part also. Okay, and many Indians started understanding the Indian tradition in new perspective. Okay, before getting that Western education or English education, Indians were not aware of our own tradition and its value and its speciality, its features. But after getting English education or modern education or Western education, Indians start to think about our Indian tradition in a new perspective. Okay, and a new identity called Indian was born. After that, a new concept of identity, that is the concept of Indian, was born. Okay, now we will used to say that yes, we are Indians. Okay, that concept originated from 19th century when our society faced social and religious reform movement. During that time, a new identity called Indian was born in India. Right? That is the important point you have to remember. And many communities like Shudras and other neglected communities and also women lacked many rights during that time. I mean during 19th century, many communities like Shudras and other neglected communities of our society and also women, they were lacked of many rights. They didn't get rights equally along with others in the society. And many movements opposed these. Okay, many social religious reformation movements opposed these at different timelines in the history. Okay, that are opposed by many reformation movements in different timelines in the history of India. Right? Unlike movements in the Middle Ages and ancient times, the movement during the British period were different. Okay, the social religious reformation movement is not started recently. Since ancient time, society was reformed and it keep on reforming, and even today it is reforming, and even after 10 years, society is continuously getting reformed. It's a continuous process. There is no end for the social and religious reformation movement in the world. It's a continuous process, right? Unlike the movements in the Middle Ages, during Middle Ages also society got reformed, and during ancient time also society got reformed, and in the time of the British rule in India also society of India get reformed. But compared to ancient and Middle Ages reformation movement, the reformation movement which took place during the British period, it was totally different. Okay, issues like caste system, gender discrimination, sati system, restriction on widows remarriage, denial of education to Shudras and other lower communities were addressed by these movements. Okay, these movements addressed the problems of our society like caste system, sati system, gender discrimination, caste system, sati system, gender discrimination and restriction on widows remarriage. Restriction on widows remarriage and denial of education of Shudras, denial of education of Shudras and other lower communities of the society. Other lower communities of the society were addressed by these social and religious reform movements. Many prominent people like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dayananda Saraswati, M.G. Ranade, Jyoti Bapule, Swami Vivekananda, Annie Besant, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Periyar, Narayana Guru became the part of these movements. Okay, these are the socio-religious reformers of India. And one of the main features of this period is the attempt made to stop social evils by prohibiting them through law. Okay, through law itself, they started to attempt to stop social evils. That are the main features of the period of this socio-religious reformation. Okay, now the socio-religious reformers, right? Rajaram, Mohan Roy, Dayananda, Saraswati, M.G. Ranade, Jyotiba Phule, Narayana Guru, Annie Besant, Periyar, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Atmarama Panduranga, Swami Vivekananda, and many others, okay, tried to reform our Indian society during 19th century in their own views. Okay, now we have discussed in detail about these are social religious reformers contribution to reform our society one by one. Okay, first we will discuss about the social religious reformer who founded the association Brahma Samaj or Atmiya Sabha. He is Rajaram Mohan Roy. Okay, we have to discuss about Brahma Samaj first. Okay, Brahma Samaj was founded by Rajaram Mohan Roy. Rajaram Mohan Roy founded Brahma Samaj and he lived in between the years of 1772 to 1833. To 1833, in between the years of these, Rajaram Mohan Roy lived and reformed our Indian society, and he is the founder of Brahma Samaj. Okay, and he is the chief initiator of socio reformation in India during modern times. Chief initiator of socio reform movements. Okay, social reformation movements in India during modern times. And he had deep knowledge. Rajaram Mohan Roy was a great scholar because he had deep knowledge in many languages. He had deep knowledge in Sanskrit, Persian and Arabic literature, and he was well versed in Hindu philosophical critique and Quran. Apart from this, he had also studied other religions found in India. That is also he learned that other religions found in India critically. Okay, and he had even learned Hebrew and Greek to read Bible. Okay, to read Bible in its original form. Rajaram Mohan Roy learned the Hebrew and Greek languages. Okay, such was his craving of knowledge. That's why we used to say that Rajaram Mohan Roy was a great scholar. Okay, he had deep knowledge. In Sanskrit and Persian, Arabic literature, okay, Arabic literature, and he was well versed in Hindu philosophical critique. Hindu philosophical critique and also Quran, the religious book of Islam. Okay, and he had studied other religions found in India critically and also studied the language or learned the language Hebrew and Greek. To why he learned Hebrew and Greek languages? To read Bible in its original form. To read the holy book of Christians, that is Bible, in its original form. Rajaram Mohan Roy learned Hebrew and Greek languages. Okay, he was a storehouse of knowledges. Right? He learned many languages. He had mastery over many languages. That's why I used to say that Rajaram Mohan Roy was a great scholar of our country during 19th century. Right? Next, he also started Atmiya Sabha in Calcutta along with some friends. He started Atmiya Sabha at Calcutta. Okay, along with his friends. The Sabha aimed at, Atmiya Sabha aimed at eradicating socio-religious maladies, means problems. Okay, Atmiya Sabha aimed at eradication of socio-religious maladies from the society of Bengal. And he started Brahma Samaj in 1828. Okay, Rajaram Mohan Roy started Brahma Samaj in 1828. Before that, he started Atmiya Sabha at Calcutta, and later on he started Brahma Samaj in the year of 1828. Next, he wanted to purge Hinduism by removing caste system and superstitions. Okay, aimed to remove caste system from our society and superstitious. What are the superstitious practices were there in our society? That was tried to remove by Rajaram Mohan Roy. Okay, and Rajaram Mohan Roy and other Brahma Samaj followers, Rajaram Mohan Roy and his followers wanted to rebuild a Hindu society based on the philosophical foundations of Upanishads. Okay, he and his followers tried build Hindu society based on based upon the philosophical foundations of Upanishads. Okay, based upon the philosophical foundations of Upanishads. Then, due to his efforts, then Governor General of British in India, William Bentinck, brought in law prohibiting such a system in 1829. Okay, due to his efforts, the British Governor General of India of that time, namely William Bentinck, okay, due to the efforts of Rajaram Mohan Roy, due to his efforts this year, due to the efforts of Rajaram Mohan Roy, the British Governor General of that time, William Bentinck, brought a law prohibiting sati system. In the year of 1829, in the year of 1828, Rajaram Mohan Roy founded Brahma Samaj. The very next year, by the suggestion of Rajaram Mohan Roy, the British Governor General of India, William Bentinck, brought a law which prohibited sati system in India. Okay, I mean in the year of 1829. Then Rajaram Mohan Roy tried to develop rationality among the common people. Okay, he tried to develop the rationality among the common people through journalism. Okay, through journalism, he tried to develop the rational thinking in the minds of the common people of India. Okay, nothing should be accepted without reason. Okay, nothing should be accepted without reason. That is called as rational thinking. We have to question more and more before accepting the thing or any values of our life. Okay, that was the thinking of Rajaram Mohan Roy. So through his journalism, he tried to develop the rational thinking of the common people of India. Right? And he published a journal named Samvada Kaumudhi in Bengali language. Okay, the journal published by Rajaram Mohan Roy. The name of the journal is Samvada Kaumudi. Okay, Samvada Kaumudi is the journal name written by Rajaram Mohan Roy. It is in which language? Students, Bengali language. Okay, in his mother tongue. Bengali was the mother tongue of Rajaram Mohan Roy because he born in Calcutta of West Bengal state. Right? This is about Rajaram Mohan Roy and his association Brahma Samaj, Atmiya Sabha, and his great work to reform our Indian society. Next, we will move to the concept, the important aspects of Brahma Samaj. Okay, or teachings of Brahma Samaj, preachings of Rajaram Mohan Roy. That we have to discuss next. After this, that we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.